Good morning. Um, Friday, end of the week. Um, Trying to think what's on for today. Not too much. It was cold yesterday, really cold. So I didn't do much work. I might be out today. We'll see. I think it's going to be warmer. At least it's not quite so windy. Like everything blew off my porch. It was so windy the past couple of days. You know, I think winter's hanging around. Um, Also, this weekend is yard sale day, which is always a big event in Delaware City. Um, the last weekend in April, it is almost every year, except not last year. And I think we may have been rained out 1 year. It was sometimes if it rains Saturday, they do it Sunday. But I think 1 year it rained both, like really rained. So last year, of course, we didn't do it because of the pandemic. This year, they're going to do it, but you got to have a mask and all that. But it's all outdoors. I mean, pretty much. So, you know, I don't know if we're going to put stuff out or not. We might. My husband keeps saying we're going to, but I don't see him doing anything. So he, he's busy with work. So I don't know when he thinks he's going to have time to do that. Maybe, at the last minute. Who knows? Uh, anyway, so it's, I guess it starts at like 8 or 9 on Saturday and goes, till 4 or something like that. There's always a lot of stuff. A lot of people have uh, things for sale, and a lot of the churches in town do like plant sales and different things like that. So, there's things to do and look at. If you are um, in need of things, um, I'm I'm not really in need of things. I feel like I'm in need of getting rid of things. Um, but I'm not a huge fan of yard sales because I think they're ultimately more sort of disappointing um, than useful, right? Um, I think a lot of times people think they're going to sell things for a lot, um, and they are offered much less, and then they feel bad because you know they they value this item so much, and clearly other people aren't valuing it as much, and you know it can be kind of a difficult experience. So going into it, if you know that people aren't going to offer you as what you would like for it, um, but you're determined to get rid of it. That's a good way to go about it. Around here, if it goes out of my house for yard sale day, it stays out of my house. So either it gets sold or I take it to Goodwill. Um, One of the two. So it never comes back in the house. It goes from the uh, the street or the table into my car and gone. That's the rule. Um, so I would recommend, especially if you've done yard sales in the past and haven't had much success, or found that you felt uh, kind of bad at the end of the day, like it really wasn't worth your time, just donate stuff. Right? There's lots and lots of places to donate. People that will come out and pick your stuff up, so you don't even have to take it. Um, it's just a wonderful way to let other people use the things that you have that you don't need, right? So if you think of all of the things in your home as, um, you know, potential, right? Their potential. So uh, you could be doing things with them, but you're not, right? So someone else could be. They have value, but at a certain point, they stop having value, right? They don't have any value for you because you will never use them. Maybe they're deteriorating even as you are storing them, right? This is very common with a lot of things, clothing, um, different types of things that are made of plastics, things that are made of kind of fragile materials. They get brittle, they get old, they don't function anymore. So while you are saving this precious item to use on a special occasion, it is deteriorating even as you are thinking about using it someday. Um, Things only have so much of a useful life. So get them out there, give them to people who will use them. Um, you don't have to. Uh, you don't have to store them. You don't have to be the warehouse for everything, right? And I think a lot of times this happens with people who have older, parents that have passed or relatives. They have things. You're not sure what to do with them. They have some value or even just sentimental value, um, and you can't find the right place for them. You start feeling like it's your job, right? to, to find a proper home for these things. Well, it's not your job, right? You can find other people and make it their job. You can take things to auctions. You can, um, you know, put it out into the world and let them sort it out, right? Um, Again, these are just things, and they only have the value we give them. That's all of that value is in our mind, right? We've assigned this importance to something that is really just an object. Um, if you have sentimental attachment, take a picture, right? Um, Remember, you know, those sentimental attachments are in your mind. They are in your memories, and no matter whether you have the item or not, you'll always have that association and that memory. So maybe you can let the object go and just remember what it meant to you. Um, I try to remind myself, my family, when we see something, you see something that is beautiful or really great, and you think, oh my gosh, I really want that. Do you really want that? Or do you really just think it's cool? Do you think, wow, it's an amazing world that has this in it? Maybe that's enough. Maybe just to know that there is this beauty and this incredible ingenuity that created this beautiful object, this extremely useful object. Maybe that's enough. Just the knowledge of that, the memory of that. Um, Having experienced it, you don't have to own it. You don't have to find a place for it, store it in your house to have uh, been enriched by it. Um, so in this way, we can reduce the amount of things that we are saddled with, right? Because really, in the end, things become a burden. They become a weight on us. Uh, what do I do with all this stuff? I don't have enough room. I can't store it. I can't get rid of it. I don't want to pay to put it somewhere. I mean, it can become the managing of this can become almost a part-time job for people. It's a waste of energy, a waste of everything. Um, just let it go. Just know that more more stuff will come into your life. It always does. Maybe stuff that you can really use. Um, be critical, right, when it comes to what you have near you. Is this really important? Is this of use? Am I using this on a daily basis, a weekly basis? You know, is it um, is it improving my life, or does it make me sad when I look at it? Right? Do I have a bad memory associated to it? Do I have a feeling of guilt? Oh, I have this thing, but I've never used it. Well, you know how you get rid of that feeling? You just get rid of the thing. You pass it on. Let someone else use it. I guarantee there's someone out there who would love to use it. So, after all that, you could come to the yard sale. You never know. I like the yard sale because I like to see the things. Um, and sometimes, there are things that you can find that are useful, and remarkable things, right? My daughter found for me a bunch of posters of uh, these Tibetan um, sort of paintings, big posters, a big book that had them all in, of these Tibetan gods and goddesses. And she found this just as I was decorating my other yoga studio in the garage. And I was looking for something. It had big peak roof with nothing, just plain, blank wall. She found that just in someone's thing. So, yeah, every now and then you'll find something like, oh, this is exactly what I need. Um, and if you've given up some other stuff, then you have room maybe to take in those things. So just like change in our life, if we don't get rid of the junk, we don't have room for the valuable stuff. Right? Clinging to the old stuff, how can we let the new stuff into our life? But you know, yard sales. um, it's it's a fun thing, and I know it's a real hot it's a hot button for a lot of people, especially I think as we get older. It's like a lot of other things. We've just accumulated things, and after a while, maybe you don't even see them. It's just a lot. Um, so take a look, right? This might be good for this weekend. Take a look and see what you might be able to get rid of or let go. Um, and again, like everyone is so worried about getting a good deal or not being taken advantage of, right? There's that fear that you have something that's so great, but if you give it to someone, then you're not getting full value for it, that you should really hold out for the top dollar and all of this stuff, right? But the truth is that when giving things away, gifting things to people benefits you in ways that are a lot more important than um, a couple dollars, right? Um, there is an energy that happens when you give things. You are tipping the scale, you are being generous, um, which then, right, that action comes around. So when we give, we will receive. Um, that's just the nature of the exchange of energy. So don't expect it right away. And certainly don't give with that intention, right? Because when you give with that intention, then you're spoiling it. You are tainting it in a way. Um, just give. Just give a lot. Give whatever you can, and see what happens. It's part of it's a cycle, right? You'll get into this cycle of giving and receiving, and then it just becomes a habit, and you'll see that it's the quality of your life improves. It's just a higher form of energy than transactions, right? Okay, let's do Savasana. So we're breathing. Sitting tall, relax shoulders, and then let your head drop down. Lift up. Keep lifting the chin. Lower back down, take a breath, and then lower the head to the right. Back up, and then head to the left. Back to center. Let's walk the hands out in front. And then hands behind, fingers pointing away from the body. Squeeze the shoulders together, gaze up. And back up to your seat, arms wide. Take a deep breath, and then bring your hands together in the front. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Interlace the fingers, lift the hands, and then arms down by your side. Inhale, lift. Lower. Lift. And lower. Once more, lifting up. And then right hand down by your side, reach across. Switch sides. And back up. Lift the shoulders, roll back. And forward. Right hand on left knee, left arm behind. Sit tall, take a twist. Back to center and switch. Back to center. Tabletop. And let's take a few sets of cat-cow. So we're lowering the belly, lift the head, and then reverse that. And then just back to neutral, sitting back on the heels. Moving back up. Tabletop to downward dog. Step the feet up. We're here in a fold. Rising up. Standing tall. Breath in. And breath out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. On the exhale, stepping back with the left. We're going to press down to rise up. Warrior one. One more breath in, and then on the exhale, we're moving into warrior two. I think I got my feet too close together here. So if you feel unstable here, take a look. Sometimes this right foot is too far over, so you're really almost right in line with one another. You want to have a little bit of space, right? Inhale, flip that right hand, lift it high. One more breath, and then right hand comes down here. We might rest it on the leg, lifting the left arm. And then back up. Straighten the knee, bring the hands down. Let's turn the foot, both feet really, so we're facing the side here. Take a deep breath, and then leaning forward. Release the hands down onto the legs or onto the floor. And then hands back. Use that leg strength to lift you up here. Take a breath. And then we're going to walk the feet together. So we're about shoulder width or so. Yogi squat, hands together. Take a breath. And then bend the knees. Rising back up. Take a breath. Let's lift the arms up overhead. And then hands back by your side. Step to mountain. Back up to the top of the mat. Arms overhead. And fold on the exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we're stepping back with the right. Rising up. Warrior one. Moving to warrior two. Inhale, flip that left hand, lift it up. And then left arm comes down, right arm lifts. Moving back up. And then release your hands, straighten the knee. Returning to face the side of the mat again. Let's bring the hands behind for this one. So interlace the fingers. Draw the shoulders together. Take a deep breath. Fold forward. Rising up. Release the hands. And then back. Take a breath. And let's walk the feet in. Back to mountain. mountain. Let's do a couple balance while we're up here. So tree, standing on the left, bringing in that right foot. Finding stability wherever you are on this, right? Down at the floor or further up. Steady gaze. Keeping your focus right here. And then set it down. We'll switch sides. Standing on the right, whatever version of this you want to do. Keep breathing. Find that steadiness. And then set the foot back down. We're going to step out into Warrior 3. So give yourself a little room in front of you. We'll bring hands together. Take a breath, and then stepping out with the left. We're kind of shifting the weight into that left side, and then we're lifting up. Maybe a little or more, right? Just trying to feel our way here with the balance. So that back leg is sort of the counterbalance to what the upper body is doing, right? You can bring hands out to the side if that helps you with your balance. Just experiment. And then set the foot back down. We'll switch. Stepping out with the right. And then you're leaning in here. See where things go. If you need to step out, do it and then come on right back. Take a few stabs at this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Well, it never has to be perfect, but it doesn't even have to be great to start with, right? We're getting our bearings, seeing where we are today and what do we need to do to stay balanced. Then set the foot back down. Let's bicycle out the legs. Come on down to a seat. Soles of the feet together. Sitting tall. Deep breath and then lean forward. Come on back up. Let's bring this left leg underneath, knee pointing out. Right leg on top. Sitting up tall and then folding forward, stretching through that right leg. Back up. Switch it around. So we've got that right leg underneath, left leg on top. Deep breath. Fold forward. Both legs out in front. Deep breath. Fold forward. Moving back up, let's point and flex the feet. Rotating the ankles one way and then the other. And then bend your knees. Lower down. Take a few breaths here. Let everything settle. Then bring right ankle on top of the left knee. Moving into whatever your version of supine pigeon is. Keep breathing. And then switch it around. Either staying here and pressing the knee away, or we're bringing the leg in. Preferably whatever you did on the other side. We want to do the same on this. Set both feet down. Let's bump the knees together. Walk the feet to the edges of the mat. Take a few breaths here. And then we're going to bring arms out to a T or goalpost arms, whatever you like here. Lowering both knees to the right, the gaze turns left. So we keep the feet where they are and the knees come down kind of unevenly. And then bring the knees back up to center. This time they move to the left. Your gaze goes right. Back to center. Let's bring the feet in. Getting ready for bridge. We're going to do a supported bridge. So knees are bent, heels back close to the body. You get your block or cushion, whatever you got here. Lifting up. Finding a place to rest here that feels stable and comfortable. And then just breathe. You can bring hands by the side and then maybe knees into the chest if you like. We're extending. You can kind of play around with this. See what feels good. And then bring the feet back down. Lift up, take the block away, and lower back down. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. And then bring your knees to center, and we're going to move into Shavasana. So you could stay right here. You could extend the legs long. You could do something to get yourself comfortable here. Some kind of extra pose. Or just relax and be in your space of peace and relaxation, which is Shavasana. dropping back into this awareness of everything. We can make our way up to a seat. Hands together, take a breath. In and out. Thank you for taking some time this morning for your yoga, for sharing it with me here. I hope you have a very good Friday. Namaste. Okay, thank you. 5-minute meditation coming up. My cushion is, I don't know, my cushion's not so comfortable anymore. I feel like I need to put more. I think I've crunched down all the little things. And actually, I noticed that I don't have a hole in it, but I have like there's a place where the zipper is, where some of the things are coming out. And I don't see one. Oh, here's one. I found a couple of these little things on the floor that are the buckwheat hulls, and they're just little tiny, crazy looking things. I'm sure you can't see them, but they're, I'm going to try putting it on my hand. And they keep falling because they're kind of oddly shaped, and they're a little bit sharp. You see that? It's just a little, like, I don't know what it looks like. Almost like a grain of rice, but a little sharper than that. And that's what holds the form of, you know, I mean, some meditation cushions are like, polyfill or something like that, but so these traditional ones are these buckwheat hulls, but eventually, they do kind of get crushed down after a lot of use, and you got to refresh them or add more. So that, I guess that's good. It means I'm using my cushion a lot, but it's not as comfy as it used to be. It's all right. Okay, so sitting up peacefully, relaxing. Keep that breath moving through the body. Gentle focus, keeping the awareness here. Okay, we're back. Breath in, breath out. So, some yoga, some meditation for your Friday. Um, Enjoy the weekend, whatever it is you do. I will be back tomorrow. Will I be back tomorrow? No, I guess I won't. I think, yeah, I think I won't. Okay, so no class tomorrow. Um, I'll be back. Yeah, because it starts early, and I guess I'm going to have to be around for that. So, um, I will tell a quick story about the yard sale. A funny story. So, well, two funny stories. First one is when we first moved to town. It was in It was in like January or February. It was January. Um, and we had no idea what Delaware City was really like. I mean, we lived in Newark for a while, but we really never been to Delaware City. Um, and uh, but we knew it was near the water, so we thought, well, maybe it's going to be like a real tourist area and a lot of people, and it's going to be crazy come summer. So we weren't, we were a little apprehensive about how that might be. And it was, fine through the early spring, and then all of a sudden we wake up on yard sale day to all of this ruckus going on outside, and we are amazed and shocked and like, what is going on? Is this it? Is this our life now? It's just going to be hundreds of people walking up and down the street and all these cars and just chaos. And we found out to our surprise that it was yard sale day, and that was why there were so many people. And of course, once that was over, it was right back to nobody being around. So that was fun. The other one is that my daughter was born on a yard sale day. 20 some years ago, right? So her birthday is the 26th of April, and it frequently falls right around that same weekend, right? Well, I mean, frequently every 7 years, right? So it happened to be a Saturday, and we left, in the middle of the night to go to the hospital. And then when my husband was coming back in the morning to my sister-in-law was watching our older son to get him. He couldn't find anywhere to park because, of course, it was yard sale day and everything was booked up everywhere. So we often joke with Molly that we bought her at the yard sale, and that that was where she came from, was yard sale day. So it's kind of a special day for her. All right. Enjoy your weekend, and I will be back on Monday.